The village of Carcoon was littered with many a peasant, all clinging to a life that hardly seemed worth living. They all gather in the town square at the gates of a castle, modest in size, but it was a level of privilege the villagers had never known. As the castle doors open, out steps the king, who has come to address his subjects.
I have a task for one of you. There is a beast in the mountain who plagues us. It has taken our livestock, it has taken our children, and it will take more if it goes unchallenged. Who among you will take up arms and journey into Woe's Peak to vanquish this enemy?
A choir of concern, panicked voices began to brew in the crowd.
For your bravery, you will be granted a chest of my treasures. Who would claim this boon?
A sudden hush befalls the villagers, as amongst the sea of people, a small hand rises high. A young man, thin and unwashed, walks forward and bows before his king.
I will, my lord.
The king motions to his guard, and they present the boy with an old and used axe.
Take this blade, journey into the beast cave, and proclaim, "Show yourself, beast! I shall slay you in the name of our King Ivan, and the reward will be yours."
The peasant packs the entirety of his belongings into a small knapsack, and with his dulled weapon, journeys up the mountain. The path of Woe's Peak is steep and the terrain is rough, but the boy's resolve is unshaken, as the call of a better life rings deep in his ear. Thunder cracked open the sky so mightily that surely giants were battling in the heavens. As the day grew darker, the path became increasingly littered with carcasses and decaying flesh. It was as if life herself dared not visit this place. The boy ignored his every instinct to turn back, and as he journeyed higher, the land grew darker and darker. His eyes struggled to see through the dim fog, but as his gaze focused, he saw it. An inky black hole in the earth, a darkness within the darkness. It was the cave of the beast. The peasant mustered his nerve and slowly approached the cave. The air was silent, and the stench was nauseating. The boy took a deep breath and crossed the rocky threshold, drawing his axe.
Show yourself, beast. I shall slay you in the name of our King Ivan.
His voice echoed and reverberated through the dark labyrinth. The peasant moved slowly, as he could barely see, and as he walked further, the light of the world faded into memory. He was now surrounded by darkness and silence, with only the sound of his heartbeat to guide him. The boy froze as he tried to pinpoint the sounds. The growl bounced around the cave walls all around him. The beast could be anywhere. Fear filled the boy's body as the panic began to set in. That's when he saw two glowing white dots in the distance. And as he saw what must be eyes, the sounds of the growl narrowed inward. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, the peasant leaped forward without hesitation, cutting down the beast in an instant. The boy regained his breath, and as his eyes adjusted, he saw the grim and lifeless body of a hideous man-like creature on the ground beneath him. Hair long, nails sharp, and eyes fading with life. It was done. Relief filled the boy's spirit, and as he went to exit the cave, all he could see was darkness. Every direction, every angle was black. The boy traversed what must have been every inch of the cave, but still, it went on. Hunger became his priority as he attempted to catch the rats that scurried the blackened floor, but he was a stranger in this world, and the rats evaded him with ease. The boy hunted for what felt like a lifetime. It was in this endless pursuit that the boy saw a faint glimmer on the horizon, a pinpoint of light. The peasant rushed towards it, finally free of his prison, but as the light grew brighter, his eyes began to burn and ache, so he ran from the light into the black. His nails, now sharp enough to strike at the rats, his teeth, now sharp enough to rip the meat from the bones, his hair, now long enough to retain every dried drop of blood, every ounce of filth, and all the smells that accompany them. Days turned to weeks, and weeks turned to meaninglessness. As he retreated further into the caves, the mornings grew as dark as the nights. It was here, in his inky isolation, that he heard a strange shuffle echo throughout the cavern. A new sound, one familiar, but that he could not place. And that is when the voice echoed throughout the cavern.
Show yourself, beast, for I shall slay you in the name of our King Ivan.